Black therapy show.
Here we go.
And I think, though, we can mourn the Queen and not the empire.
Yeah.
Because if you really think about what the monarchy was built on, it was built on the backs of black and brown people. She wore a crown with pillaged stones from India and Africa. And now what you're seeing, at least in the black communities that I'm a part of, they want reparations.
That's right. I don't care if the crime is 1,000,000 years old. Wrong is wrong.
Facts.
Girl, the Queen is dead.
Queen Latifah?
No, not Queen Latifah.
Ari Lennox?
No.
Lupita?
No.
Zendaya?
No.
Tracy Ellis Ross?
No, not Tracy.
Lizzo?
No, not Lizzo.
Riri?
No.
Nicki?
No.
Cardi?
No.
Meg?
No.
Beyonce?
No.
Michelle Obama?
No, not Michelle. No, all those people are alive.
Well, then who the fuck are they talking about?
Wow.
Yeah, nobody.
Different people reacting to Queen Lizzie's passing.
Guys, just because the British monarchy has committed atrocities in the name of colonialism in some countries that has impacted the lives of people for generations till this day, doesn't mean that we shouldn't celebrate the life and mourn the death of such a wonderful queen. Anjo, Mr. Prime Minister, oh, you mean party like off till morning done? Only 2 queen in my life, you know. My mother and Spice. I mean, yeah, Windrush Williams, you know. You know why them call me Windrush? Because my father get dipped from England. I want reparations.
We not honoring the Queen. All right, here we go.
Let's knock it out.
With the knowledge you gain, break away from the chains. We helping you grow the Black Therapy Show. You be in a safe space, dealing with the black trauma. We unpacking and inspecting all our baggage and drama. Cause we gotta unite, no more killing each other. It's time to see a new future for my sisters and brothers. With Kevin, Carl, and Tiffany, you'll have an epiphany. We'll give you everything you need to handle the enemy. We'll be giving you empathy, we won't challenge you mentally. The right conversation so you grow exponentially. We built your penitentiaries, we built all the schools. Gave us brainwash education, just making us fools. Hatred was what we got in exchange for love. No more manipulation from my God up above. No, it's Carl, Kevin, and Tiffany. Now welcome to the Black Therapy Show. Let's go.
Let's go. Hey.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Everybody. Hi, Carl. Hi, Kevin.
Hi, Tiff.
What's up? Hey, Tiff. What's up, fam? What's up, Carl?
Hi, family.
I'm good. We apologize.
Breaking news. The Queen has passed away.
You about to let me go get my funeral hat?
I know you got I know you're gonna get a funeral hat on that hairdo.
You don't know who you're talking to. I can put it right there.
Okay. A funeral umbrella.
Okay, we about to have we have to do a funeral, but yeah, the Queen has left the castle,
left the building, and it seemed like a lot of Black people were celebrating. You never celebrate anyone's death, but
no.
The Queen, as meek and mild and sweet as she looks, has left devastation across the world. Devastation, literally devastation.
At 96 years old.
At 96 years old, she just waved that wand or whatever that she carries and gave her, troops or whatever.
So here's my question, guys. Now, the Queen obviously was born into this.
Yes.
She didn't start it. She didn't. I don't know. Did she have the power to change over her 70 years reign to change what her ancestors put in place? That's the big question.
Yeah, Yeah, she is the queen. Let me show this quick video before we go on. Here's the queen. Here's the queen.
Wow.
Is that the queen feeding the black children like birds? And
yes, that is.
That's the queen. That's the queen.
That's the queen back in the day in Africa feeding kids.
Yeah, and and that's pretty bad. That's pretty devastating to see that. But that goes back to my point again.
Yes.
She was raised, and I'm not making excuses for the queen. I'm not making excuses for her at all. I think, but she's born into that, though, is what I'm saying. She's born, I'm not making excuses for her, but I'm just saying she's born into this thing, you know, like her sons are now born into, like her sons were born into this thing, you know, like this, is it Harry? What's the oldest one? He's now inherit.
King Charles.
Now, King Charles is the son, but his son, his oldest son just inherited, I don't know if you heard on the news today, he just inherited $1 billion today.
Who?
He took
Prince Charles' son?
Yeah, what's his name? Not Harry, the other one, the oldest one.
Oh, the
Prince
one?
William.
William just inherited $1 billion today. $1 billion. Today. It was on the news. Well, he's taking over the empire. It's in the will for him to get the $1 billion empire. So he's now a billionaire. He's now in charge of everything that basically his father is the king. His father owns everything. But Harry, I'm going to Google it while we're having this show. But yeah, Harry, I heard on the news today, and I read an article on it actually. Harry is now inherit the $1 billion empire is now his. So he's officially.
The problem with the royal family is that they stole everything they have.
Facts.
The jewels on the queen's crown that she wore was all stolen from Africa. The gold that carriage was made of is all stolen. All the stuff they have is stolen from Africa.
Africa, India, a couple of places.
Yes. I mean, they just went across the world from country to country and just murdered, slaughtered people and just took their country, took their land, you know. And so everything they have was stolen. Now, Nigeria just petitioned Buckingham Palace to return the stolen jewels that are on the Queen's crown. They acknowledged that it was stolen, but they refused to return it because there's a particular diamond that I forgot the name of it, but it's the largest diamond ever found in Nigeria. You know what I mean? They went down there, they stole it from Nigeria, brought it to London, and they have it in a museum somewhere. And they're claiming people want to come see it. And Nigeria's like, okay, you just give us back our stuff, and we have museums here. People want to see it, you know what I mean? But they stole everything they have. They just stole everything. They have not worked for anything. So I know asking if it was handed, maybe it was handed down, but it was stolen stuff that was handed down.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. So her son now, or her grandson, is now the heir to this. He's now getting this $1 billion empire into his hands, right? So, and that's Princess Diana's kids. Those two boys. The one boy is out because he married the black girl and left the monarchy, right? But the oldest one is still there getting his thing. He's the next king. If his dad, who's now 73 or something, if his dad passed away, then he becomes a king. But my point is, now these two young men, especially the young guy, he has a chance to change things now because he's brought up in a different world. Like he's a young man. He's in his 30s. His mother, Princess Diana, did a lot of stuff to help, people, So I think they can change this whole thing now and make right. Because what I'm saying about the grandmother was her being born in a certain time. I think she was born in 1926, right? Something like that. So her being born at the time she was born, you know, and being brought up into that regime, you know, it's a brainwashing thing. Is what I'm trying to say. Like she was just doing what her ancestors did, and so she had the power to change it later on in her life, I'm sure, and she didn't. But
Kevin,
I'm thinking,
she had 70 years to make a difference from what her ancestors has done, and she didn't do it. And don't think that King Charles is going to do it, and don't think that Prince what's his name, William, is going to do it either, because he's not going to do it either. Now Harry and Meghan, they are a little different, you understand? And my story with the royals is, I remember being a little girl, my grandmother wakes me up just to see Princess Diana's wedding. That was a fairy tale to me. And I didn't even know about the queen. I just knew about Princess Diana. So as years go on, you see her story. She was a down-to-earth person. You saw that she took her children to feed the homeless. She took them to parks. She did things with them. She wasn't like the royals. So she was always going to be the outsider where they didn't want there. Charles was doing his thing. Charles was cheating on her. His mistress was at the wedding right there. They got pictures of her at the wedding. What's her name? The new consort queen, Camilla Bow. So they have a lot of bad history with them. So also the queen married her cousin. All of them are related. They are full of incest.
so they're from West Virginia. No, I was kidding.
Her husband was her second cousin. I think her second
Yes.
or third cousin. You know, they have a lot of history that they have to clean up. And if they want to be modernized, they need to give back what they, took from all those other countries. And my thing for those other countries, if they give you those jewels back, what are you going to do with them? Are you going to give back to your country? Are you going to get electricity, water? You have to give back. You understand? Back to your people. So if they do give them reparations, which I don't think so. I don't think them Britons is not going to give no reparations.
No, they're not going to give it up. But I guess a lot of people are upset because a lot of Black people were celebrating the fact that the queen is dead. I guess some people feel you should never celebrate anyone's death. But the queen did a lot of evil across the world throughout the whole Caribbean. They just devastated, slaughtered and just murdered and just took stuff. So, and she knows that.
Yeah.
She knows that, but not in her eyes. You understand? White people, to me, I think they see differently than what we see. We see stealing, thieving, taking, but they don't feel like that. She, like you said, she's been in this all her life. So she probably feel, I was raised into it. I do this. They look like robots to me, to be honest. They go according to a program. Everything is detailed. Everything is in the order. So they just following protocol. Should we celebrate her? I'm not into celebrating deaths, but yeah. I hope that her death opened up doors for people to do the history of Europeans. When you find out the history about Europeans, you will find out where your people and your ancestors came from, because they started a lot of stuff. Everything that we're going through started from over there, across the pond.
Yeah. Hey, right. Donna just reminded me of something. She says, "Hey, Carl, did you have to line up on the street to wave at the Queen?" And Bim is what we call Barbados. And yes, when the Queen would come to Barbados, that back then her picture was on our money, everything. We had Prince William Street, we had Prince this street, Queen Elizabeth Hospital. She was all over the place. But the Queen's plane, she came by plane, the plane would land, the door would open at the bottom of the plane, the Rolls Royce would roll out. The Queen would roll out in her Rolls Royce and drive around the island. And they didn't make us, but they would tell everybody, get out and line up the streets. As the Queen drove by, we all wave, and she stuck her white glove hand out the window and just wave. And we all so stupid, we just wave, hey, the Queen. Yeah. And the friggin' bitch would just drive right back to the airport, drive right back into the airplane, and just leave.
You was waving to the colonizer descendant.
Yeah. And
that's the way you were raised, man. That's my point. But that's interesting. That's funny. But what you said about like Prince William School or street or whatever, but in America we have the same thing. We have, slave owners on our money. We have schools named after and statues of Confederate soldiers, and the bridge in Virginia that I crossed for years is named after one of the most racist presidents on the planet. So yeah, so it goes both ways. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not celebrating the fact that someone died, the Queen died, but she was not a nice person. She knew what was going on, and she's enjoying the fruits of the evil labor and she gave the okay. The people who are slaughtering people in the Caribbean, they had to go to her and say, hey, is it okay if we go to St. Lucia, Barbados, and kill all these people and take their land? And she would go, yeah.
But also what I'm learning too, she's not the only one that run everything. You got Parliament, what you call it,
right.
Parliament, all those men with the white wigs on.
Yeah.
We got to watch out for them too. Yeah. Because if you do the history with them, it was really not the king. It was them running stuff.
Yeah. And do you know in Barbados, the judges still wears that
nasty wig?
Yes, the judge. Let me tell you, we have to do a show on Barbados because it is so colonized, and I'm not even happy to say this, but most of the black people in Barbados are colonized and happy to be that way. But they don't even know that. You know what I mean? It's the country is 98% black, 2% white, or 3% white, whatever. The 2% white own 98% of the wealth. And there's no protesting. There's no, what the hell's going on here? How come we can't get? I mean, everybody just get up and go about their business. And And I go home all fired up. And they just look at me like, what's wrong with you? It is what it is. But there's no questioning why is this the way it is.
They don't care. I always say, people are comfortable in their dysfunction, and when you say something about it, you're messing it up.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Tiff. My bad. Go ahead.
No,
I'm sorry.
I was just talking what he said. A lot of people don't want you to talk about it. They comfortable. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're right.
Carl, when your eyes open, like you said, you go home, you're fired up.
Yeah.
Were you that way before you came to the United States, or did the racism here in the United States open your eyes to everything?
The racism here in the United States opened my eyes.
That's what I thought. That's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. When I was there, I was in it. I said, when you're part of it, you don't realize.
You don't recognize it.
No, right. I was part of it. And like I told you guys before, when white people come to the Caribbean on vacation, they are the happiest, sweetest, friendly. They invite you, hey, you come back to America. If you're ever in America, come look me up. You can stay with us. You know what I mean? Blah, 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 all of that. And a few people took them up on it. And their eyes got opened up, because I had a couple friends that, yes, Donna, most Bajans still have that slave mentality. Donna just said it. She knows.
It's not only Bajans, it's a whole heap of them, especially from the islands.
Yeah. But
they are crying because the Queen is dead.
Yeah.
They're like, please, Lord, protect me.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
It's true though. I mean, listen, Barbados is 98% black, and I don't know how it is now, but I know if you warrior here like Tiffany or Conroe or any African style, the black teachers at school, because they did it to my sister, would go home and do something with your hair.
Oh God!
Now this is the island that's 98% black. We have the power, but they have been so indoctrinated that white is right, and this white supremacy way of thinking that straightened hair is considered professional looking, and an afro or hair in cornrow or any kind of African style is considered unruly, and go home and do something with the hair. And that's how it's sad, but that's just the way it is. And that's part of that whole, when the queen comes to the island, we all line up and just wave. We wave at the queen, and then we all go back home.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
we hope that things change, which we don't know. I'll be honest with you, I never liked sorry Charles, King Charles, whatever your name is. I never liked him like that.
But what
I don't think anybody does. I don't think he's a very likable guy, and I think his wife, Princess Diana, was a beloved figure in the world, and because he
jealous of her,
and he did her dirty, and we still, a lot of people still think that Queen or whatever was behind Princess Diana's death, because she was dating that Muslim guy. She was killed in the car with a Muslim guy that she was dating. So it was a big controversy behind that.
His father owned Harrods.
Yeah.
The biggest department store in Europe, and he don't even have his citizenship. So Princess Diana would have became Queen Mother and gave him his citizenship. They all would have fell out. They had to let her go. But I'm gonna be honest, I like Diana. She was edgy, and she did everything opposite. So that's what made me like the royals, not Queen Elizabeth. I liked that she was changing up things, and I knew that maybe her sons would do something different for the future. But now you look at William. William is just as dry as his hairline.
Yeah, I mean, I think like Diana was like. Seemed to feel like, why am I special? Just had that, I guess, and not William, the other guy seems to have that. Why am I born into all this money? I just exist and I have money. Like Kevin said, that guy just got $1 million. Why? Like, I mean, there's $1 billion.
Well, what happens?
People in England and Britain that need help. Dismantle that whole royal bullshit. Enough. I mean, okay, it had its time. It served its purpose. Dismantle it. They say the queen is worth $67 trillion.
If she's worth $67 trillion, and all of those people in them other countries is all suffering like that, we already know where she's at.
The queen is head of state of Canada. She's head of state of
Australia.
Horrible. She's head of state of a bunch of African countries. She was head of state. Barbados we just separated from the queen. I'm sure you guys saw it in the news. And everybody just slowly separating. But that's how much devastation the British went. I mean, I say all the time, they out-eviled everybody. Nobody was thinking to kill people and take their stuff. They thought of it, and that's why they own all that shit.
But it's so deep. If y'all know, my thing is, people should do the history, because let me tell you something. Even with Meghan Markle, if Meghan Markle was in the 1700s, the 1800s, they would have chopped her head off. They are ridiculous. King Henry VIII killed 2 of his wives because they didn't have boy children. Okay? They are off the hook. I tell people, I'm not going to say anything because I don't want no people coming for me. Do your history. They documented every little evil deed they have done for almost 1,000 years.
Yeah. All right. We're going to wrap this up, but I'm not saying I'm happy the queen is dead. I just don't care. I don't care one way or the other.
And I don't care, but I'm watching the funeral because I'm a history buff.
Yeah.
No, see, Kev, I love you. See, I watch it because I like to see the fashion. I'm seeing the energy, how everybody is acting. Because I'm telling you, when Meghan Markle got married, them faces in there, ooh, wait, I was drinking tea and eating crumpets, like, ooh, Jesus.
I'm a history buff. Only funeral I won't tune into on television will be Trump's.
Me too.
All right, so we're gonna,
when Carl said he doesn't care, when Trump passed, I won't care.
Yeah, because I grew up, with the Queen being, being on the money. And listen, when we were kids, we used to argue that the Queen don't fart.
Oh
Damn.
God.
We used to argue. We used to have arguments. The Queen don't fart. Yeah, because she was
probably
put on
had
such a high pedestal. Like
she had nasty farts.
Yeah.
Don't
Of
think
course she did. Of course she did. But that's how indoctrinated people are. To worship the white. Whiteness.
Well, I hope all y'all people from all y'all other countries that are run, I hope y'all get y'all independence. I hope y'all got y'all business country plan to be able to make your business flourish without her. Y'all country to flourish without her if y'all do go independent. But go independent.
Absolutely. So we're going to switch gears. I can't even believe we're going to talk about this. Not that I don't, but I mean so Disney decided to cast a black girl as in the new Mermaid movie. And white people it's trending on Twitter, not my mermaid.
Wow.
And hashtag not my mermaid. Just because Disney decided to, when are people going to, seriously, when are people going to grow up? I watched the videos back in the Jim Crow days, and I see grown white people screaming at black people for doing simple stuff like going to school or going what is wrong with you? Seriously, in 2022, you're upset about a black mermaid? You have nothing to do?
It's like because they want to hold on to this lie, man, that we're not human. I mean, in the mermaid, you got to think about the mermaid is not even real.
No.
James Bond is a fictional character. They were upset because Hollywood was thinking about casting a black man for James Bond, and the same thing happened. The internet blew up. The internet blew up with a bunch of negativity about James Bond being an African American man.
Mm-hmm.
They do not want to see, I guess, powerful black men dominating, I guess, white space, I would say, because you could see powerful black men in Black Panther. That doesn't bother them. You could see powerful black men in other movies that are all African American made movies, like a Tyler Perry movie or something of that nature. I'm just saying. And that doesn't bother them. But when you see a black man, kicking everybody's ass, mostly white people's ass, then that's a problem. The mermaid thing is confusing because that's a fish, right?
And it's a little girl. It's a little black girl. How are you offended by a little black girl playing a cartoon fish?
Because they don't want their kids to. They don't want their kids to adore. They don't want their kids to adore us. And we had the same thing with the Black Santa Claus a few years ago. There was a Black Santa Claus at a mall. I think the mall. I forget what the mall was. What state the mall was in, but they had a Black Santa Claus at the mall, and white people in that neighborhood lost their mind at the audacity of a Black Santa Claus. Like, Santa Claus has to be white, mermaids have to be white, James Bond got to be white. I mean, we're not allowed. Jesus is white. We're not allowed to have nothing, man.
Why don't they go back then and make everything? If they want everything the way it is, make Jesus black like he was. Moses, who played Moses?
Charlton Heston played Moses.
Moses wasn't white. Cleopatra, Elizabeth
Taylor, yeah.
Cleopatra wasn't white. So if we're gonna go back and they want everything.
But you know what? We grew up watching those shows, man. Like in America, Carl, we grew up watching the 10 Commandments. The brainwash thing has been so bad, man. Like my brother and I, for example, used to watch Tarzan when we was a kid. And the actor that played Tarzan was our hero. And all he used to do was beat up black people.
Yeah.
And these savages in Africa, the African savages, he would go beat them up and take their spears and beat them up and pick them up and throw them. And we were rooting for Johnny Weissmuller was his name, the actor that played Tarzan on television. We're rooting for him every Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. Me and my brothers in front of the TV rooting for this white guy to beat up these black people because they want to eat the white girl and kill her. Like,
yeah.
that's what we've been brainwashed, man, from the time we're 9, 10 years old, watching Tarzan as kids. Like, we're rooting for it.
Brainwash.
It's a brainwash thing, man. Then you got Andy Griffin that comes on. No black people on that show. We watched that show. Then we got the Brady Bunch. We watched that show. Leave It to Beaver. We watched that show. We loved all these shows growing up. There were no black people. None of these shows that we watched as kids in America had black people in them ever. And the only time we saw a black guy on television was Huggy Bear, who was a pimp in Starsky and Hutch. And then they had the same character in Beretta. The same guy, different actor, playing the same type of character in Beretta. He was a snitch and a pimp. And Beretta used to go to him and get information on the streets on how to catch criminals, which were, usually black actors. So the brainwash, man, thing has been so crazy embedded in us, man, from the time we were kids, man. It's scary when you think about it as an adult now. It's freaky, man.
And they always show the white man as the savior. Like, what did you guys think of Different Strokes?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, that's what they want to portray to us, as the white person is the savior. And also something that you said, Kevin, how, people are, 1.3 million people did a thumbs down on The Little Mermaid, where the Black Panther got 1.3 million thumbs up. You understand? Like, they want to see us as black characters. They don't want us to see us as being white characters. I went and looked at some reaction with little children and little white children. Some were very amazed. One was like, oh my God, she's black. And another one was like, is that Whitney Houston? Like, racism is a learned behavior. I don't think children even notice that unless they parents point that out to them. We don't point that out. I think I saw the trailer. She was beautiful. But to know that the people on TikTok, I mean, they said, we're not with this woke garbage. What is woke garbage? I need to know what's going on. Then it was like, my kids is not watching this. Water sea monkeys.
What?
Y'all should be ashamed of yourself, white people. Also,
wow.
Somebody put up, I thought black people can't swim. White people, this is why racism still lives. It's because of you, especially your parents to white children. And for y'all to put this up on TikTok and Twitter for a children's cartoon is very sad. It's very sad.
Extremely sad. Pissed off right now.
The scariest thing about those 1.3 million, that's 1.3 million that took the time to go on TikTok.
Thumbs down. This is thumbs down on the YouTube.
And that's going to kill. So Hollywood's probably not going to go with the idea now because they're going to see the backlash, and Hollywood's all about their money. So it's the same thing where they threw away the idea of having a black James Bond because I think they're going to get Idris Elba. That's how you pronounce his name?
Yeah, Elba. Yeah.
Yeah, they were thinking about having him as the first black James Bond, which I thought he would have been an amazing James Bond, But then they just said, "Hey, man, I think the backlash from Twitter and other social media outlets, Hollywood dropped that like a hot potato. Like, okay, we're gonna move on from this black James Bond shit,
But we keep bending to racist people, though. I noticed that we keep bending. We keep giving in to racist people.
This comes out May 2023. The movie is already done. It's gonna make money because it's controversy anyway. So I think she's beautiful. The graphics is very nice. And I think people need to stop. You know, this is what's wrong with us today. And we starting with our children trying to show, oh my gosh, she's black. So what? She's beautiful and she's doing a nice, it looks really nice.
And that's my point, man. We had, as black people, we had to grow up in a world where everything was white.
Mm.
Now they're afraid of their kids seeing one thing that's black. Like when I grew up, there was nothing white on television. I mean, black on television.
Right.
Other than one or two people, you know. By the time Sherman Hemsley came on television as the Jeffersons, I was an adult,
right.
You know. Mm-hmm. But in my childhood, I mean, we had good times, you know. Mm-hmm. That wasn't really a positive thing.
Yeah, they was in the projects and they never got out.
They were in the projects and we're going to get out the projects and you know, and Jimmy Walker was a clown, and you know, I mean, everybody, you know, loved laughing at him, you know, and he did what he had to do to make his living, you know. But yeah, it's just,
and this goes right into why we need to create our own media. You know, I mean, I know Bill Cosby tried to purchase NBC and they shut it down. I mean, they shut it down because they know where that was going to go. He was going to portray positive images of black people.
Yeah.
And, that was his main agenda.
Well, we got Tyler Perry. He needs to make his own little black hood mermaid or something.
Yeah.
Something, because this doesn't make no sense. You know, we integrated with everybody. Now everybody don't want us in nothing.
Yeah. And he might, I mean, people like Tyler Perry may, you know, they may do something like that. Who knows? You know, it's crazy. I mean, he might, you know, you don't have to do at this point. I mean, the movie is already filmed, right?
And it's coming out May 22. So it's coming out May 26, 2023. Right.
Yeah.
So it's coming out.
Asia Coleman says, "What's up, Asia?"
Hey, sister.
Hey, sister. Asia Coleman said they don't want their white children to imitate a black character. But she's not. Is she going to be like ghetto black? I mean, is she going to be like, "Hey, girl, hey, girlfriend"?
No,
yeah. No. Regular mermaid, right?
She might. You never know what they're going to do.
If they give her a little jazz, so what?
Right.
You know, give her a little jazz, because we do have jazz about us.
Yeah. And what's wrong with, like you said, what's wrong with that?
Right.
You know?
Well, they still all swag anyway, right?
Yeah.
So why? That's so funny, because they done stole so much from us anyway. But they say they don't want. We lost Tiffany. They say they don't want their kids acting like us, but they steal everything from us anyway. Music, walk, fashion. I mean, everything, you know, comes from us. So I mean,
yeah. You know,
they knew what they was doing. Disney trying to get them black dollars too, you know, and they have to be diverse. What's wrong? It's nothing wrong with being diverse. If y'all don't want your children to see the Black Little Mermaid, go back to Ariel, the White Mermaid, and just keep playing it over and over again. The kids will love it.
I bet you they won't be upset if they made Shrek black.
Shrek is already green.
If they made Shrek, they wouldn't complain if they made Shrek black.
Make Shrek black.
Yeah.
Oh, black Shrek.
Black Shrek. You know.
Hey, I know a brother that looks like Shrek. I ain't gonna lie. He does, man. I ain't called no names. I know that. Looks just like Shrek, man.
Yeah, I was watching a ESPN show. Shaq was on. Somebody referenced Shrek to Shaq, and he wasn't happy. He wasn't happy.
I remember seeing that, man. That's funny.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
That's funny.
So what's up with this woke agenda? Why they keep throwing around this woke thing? What's up?
They're
with
afraid
that?
of us. Like I was thinking the other day, when are white people going to stop staring at black people? Stop staring. I'm on the elevator. I'm minding my own business. I'm looking at the numbers, and I look across, and there's this white dude looking at. What the fuck? Why are you staring at me? I'm walking the street. I'm in line. Whatever I'm doing, there's always a white person staring. What do you want? What? Yes, we exist. Yes.
Trying to pick up your swag, man. That's all.
Always staring. You know what I mean? It's like, what do you want? What do you want?
Yeah, but these I don't know what's going on with these it's like this new woke agenda. They kept talking about woke, like we're not with this woke agenda. What?
Well, that's just a Republican talking point that started with Carson Tucker. And we'll
Oh,
do a show on that fool one of these days. But yeah, he started that whole thing uh, when the critical race theory thing was about to be put into the schools. He started that woke thing, and it's caught on. It's another way. It's undertones, Tiff. It's just another way of them, saying
another
like,
cold word.
yeah, another code word, basically. Thank you. Yeah, another code word. You know, like the welfare queen. Was a code word. All this stuff. They got more code words, man. And that's just another code word. The woke is just another way of
Yeah.
calling us names and without calling us names.
And I saw an interview with the young lady that's playing the mermaid, and she said she was in a state of shock when she got it, and she thought about, when she grew up, that's the only thing she ever saw, was a white, Ariel. So she said it had to take time for it to seep into life. No, like you're gonna make a difference. So she took the part because she knew that she would make a difference for Black and brown girls all over. And I'm very proud of her. And, that she can be a face for our young people. And it's for everybody. It's not for just Black girls. It's for everybody. It's beautiful, So we give her a shout out, and to all y'all nasty white people, just go sit somewhere.
And when you hear people like Larry the Coon Elder saying there's no systemic racism in America, I mean,
you can't listen to them. You can't listen to them because they blind to the facts. Yeah. They're blind to the facts. So why would you even talk to ignorant people like that? They're comfortable where they're at. Did y'all hear about the list that they found out about the Oath Keepers?
No.
Yes.
I didn't hear about it.
Carl, they leaked a list of Oath keepers, and they are law enforcement. They are the Amulet workers. It's where yes. Tell them, Kev.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up for a show for next week.
Who are the Oath Keepers?
They're the
Who are the Oath Keepers?
Group.
Yeah.
It's a big racist group. They're like the modern day KKK. They call themselves the Oath Keepers. They're big. All of them are Trump supporters. They're all racist. They're another racist group. They're like the you Google them. The Oath Keepers are like the Boogaloo Boys. There's the Boogaloo Boys, the Oath Keepers, the Proud Boys. They're all that they're different groups, but they all stand for the same thing. White supremacy.
But yeah,
a lot of them were
30,000 names. Elected officials, police, military, first responders. You like, wow.
I know a comedian. I know a comedian works on cruise ships. I won't mention his name on our podcast, but he's a member of the Oath Keepers. And I found out through ex-mutual friend of his. He was friends with this African-American guy that we're friends with on Facebook. And after Trump got elected, they started going back and forth. He's like, yo, we've been good friends all these years, man. So he told him, he says, if Trump ordered me to kill you, I would kill you.
What?
He took the comedian who I've been knowing for 30-something years, said that to his Black friend who's I'm now a Facebook friend with. He said, yeah, if Trump said for me to kill you, I'll kill you. Like that. So the dude deleted him as a friend, blocked him and everything. He told me that. He hit me up in my inbox. He said, you're not going to believe what happened between me and Lance. I go, wow. So yeah, I won't say his last name, but yeah. And the guy is a member of the Oath Keepers, man. He's a Carnival cruise ship comedian, performs on Carnival. Where Black people frequently go on Carnival all the time. They had his shows probably, but he goes out and do his act, but nobody knows how he really feels.
Yeah.
Unless you follow him on social media, because he's always talking crap on social media, Facebook.
When I order takeout, I try to sound as white as possible. I'm not even kidding. When I order food, I try to sound as white as possible.
I'm sorry.
That's funny. Carl, can I tell you a story? Tiffany, Carl, when we were kids, my dad, we lived with my dad in California for a summer. My mom and dad been divorced for years, but my dad lived in Oakland, California, or Richmond, California. I'm sorry, outside of Oakland, San Francisco area. So we went out for the summer to live with him, and we flew out. But he drove us back at the end of the summer. He drove us back to Maryland, and we drove through Utah and Salt Lake City area.
Yeah.
We're like, Dad, we're hungry. You ever going to stop so we can get food? And my brother and my sister, they're older than me, and we're all in the back seat. And my dad and his best friend were in the front seat. They're driving cross country. And he goes, no, white people are spitting your food. We're not stopping in Utah. We're not stopping in Salt Lake City. White people will spit in your food. And my dad used to be a tractor trailer driver. He's one of those long distance rig drivers. So he drove all over the country in a rig, so he knows. But he said white people will spit in your food. Yeah, so and we were starving. He wouldn't stop in Salt Lake City for that reason. White people spitting your food. You don't order no food from white people. So yeah, Carl, I feel what you're saying, bro. Because I'm the same way.
I do not play. And you know what I also noticed, and I need to stop ordering Chinese food and that, because those fuckers, they don't like us. But anyway, I need to stop eating that.
It's so convenient though.
Yeah, but
the other day I'm hungry. It's 10 o'clock at night. I don't feel like cooking. I'm tired. Only thing open is a Chinese restaurant, man. I was like, man, I'm about to go order some Chinese food, go pick it up, because I don't like them delivering my food, but I'll go pick it up because it's so convenient, bro.
I know. It is so. When I order the same thing. I don't. Well, I'm a pescatarian, so I don't eat meat, but I fish. So I eat shrimp. And I always get shrimp, garlic shrimp with white rice. And I always get white rice, even though people say white rice is not good for you. I get white rice because I know they have to cook white rice every single night, so I know it's fresh. That's why I get white rice. But when I order on the phone and I go there, it's kind of mild. You know what I mean? It's not too spicy. But if I go there and they see me, it's hot as fuck. It's like, so I'm beginning to think that
they think you like peppers.
Yes, they think I like spicy food. So every time whenever I go there, it's hot as shit. The food is just hot and spicy. But if I order it on the phone, when I show up, I swear to God, it's like 10 for 10 every time.
You use your white man's voice on the phone, man.
I'm still laughing at that.
I'd like to order some food, please.
Hello. Hi, my name is Tom. Can I order some rice and some steamed vegetables? Thank you.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. So
the things we have to do to survive, man. We have to do this to survive in this environment, man. It's crazy. It's the survival techniques, man. Like I said, my dad wouldn't stop and like we that's things we think about though. Like I don't know how often white people would go, hey, let's go get some soul food. But that's the last thing they probably think about is we're going to spit in their food. We don't
work like that.
Exactly. It's not in our blood. It's not in our blood. Exactly.
We taught to turn the other cheek.
Even though there's a TikTok video with a Uber Eats driver, our brother, who's delivering food, and they caught him on the ring cam. He's stupid though. Not that he should have done it, whether or not he was on camera. But he took out the sandwich and stuck it down his pants and just rubbing it up.
Are you serious?
And look for it. He stuck it down his pants, the back of his pants, up his ass. He did like 3 or 4 times on his arm, down. He took out the sandwich and just rubbed and then put it back in the bag. And then he took it out again and did the same thing, stuck it back down his pants, rubbed it all around his private area.
That's nasty.
That is nasty. But
that's beyond nasty. Now, see, a lot of times cops feel like that too, Carl. Like police officers, they won't tell people over the phone that they're police officers or not like that, because they already know people are going to spend their food no matter what color they are, black or white. Right? So a lot of times the police officers aren't very well liked human beings, right? People don't like them that much. So a lot of times police officers, they'll go to a restaurant, they say that a lot of times they don't wear their uniform. because they feel like somebody's gonna spit in their food because they're cops,
Right. I can understand that too.
Yeah.
I just pray nobody
we got a
spits
comment
in
from
my
G Carter. What up, G Carter? She's another fellow Bayesian. She says something weird happened to me on 34th Street. Coming up on the escalator, a white cop and eyes meet. Just a glance look because he was directly in the path where the escalator goes up. All of a sudden, I pass. He came running after me and stuck his cell phone in my face and took off running back behind me. It caught me by surprise, but I kept walking. Still don't understand what that was all about to this day. I mean, you were a suspect. We are all suspects. You know what I mean? Yeah, you were a suspect. You fit the description. You got a call.
I don't even look at them. I don't. When I see them, I put my head. I keep going. I don't even look at. They invisible to me. Yeah. I don't even mess with them because they not make me nervous. Black people's a suspect to them. Every black person. So I just leave them alone. Yeah. I just keep going. And I feel bad that you had to go through that, girlfriend, because that is very uncomfortable, especially if you didn't do anything. Yeah. And you got people in your face.
I never thought of that. Asia said face recognition, that facial recognition on the phone. I mean, if they must have.
Oh yeah. That's the new thing now. Right. You can put it up to the face, and you can be able to do it. Also, one of my friends, his friend passed away, and he didn't understand how the cops knew all the information because they put her finger on the tablet while she was dead, and they was able to read up all her information. Wow. That's the new technology today.
Yeah.
This is why I don't understand why all of y'all want to do all these crimes. Because you know what? They're going to find y'all. They're going to find y'all through your phones. They're going to find y'all through your DNA. And then they're going to find you on your Instagram and your Facebook because y'all put all your business in the street. Stop doing crime, okay?
They were saying when I bought this new phone a few weeks ago, and they said, watching YouTube videos on the phone, is like, don't use facial recognition because they can actually use a picture of you to unlock your phone. Yeah, like they can take one of your pictures.
Oh, right.
And use it to unlock your phone. That's how good the sensor is to your mug. You can get a freaking 8x10, which I keep in my cars of my, my promo photos, and put it up and open my phone. That easy, So they're like, use your thumbprint. But like you just said, Tiff, they can do that. If you're dead, they can take your thumbprint, but and open it. Yeah, that's crazy.
And open it. And with the facial recognition too, if you notice, because I have the iPhone, you have to go one way, you have to go this way. They want you to go all over places. So if they are able to put that picture and put your face around that, they are some good hackers. Because but it is true. China does it. You walking in the street, they can look and find out who you are, know your temperature, who your doctor is, who your husband is. That's kind of invasive, though.
Yeah. We're going to jump into another topic. This is our final.
What is it? You always give us a topic.
This is even not surprising. I don't know why you're surprised. The owner of the Phoenix Suns using the N-word. The owner of the Phoenix Suns, I guess he was fined. All right, here we go.
Story, the owner of the Phoenix Suns and Phoenix Mercury was suspended from the NBA and WNBA today for 1 year and hit with a $10 million fine. An independent investigation found that Robert Sarver had a history of racist, misogynistic, and hostile behavior.
Is anybody surprised?
No. They wake up, they brush their teeth and be like, nigga. You know why? Because that's how much money they get. Nigga, black dollars.
Like I was telling Kev earlier, I'm sure the players on the Phoenix Suns, they probably knew. But, I mean, if he's giving you $1 million check every month or every week or whatever, however, I mean, what are they going to do? They're going to call him out on it?
Mm-mm.
He can hand him a check and go, here you go, nigga. Here you go, nigga. Here you go.
They like, thank you, nigga. Thank
you. So, I don't know, Kevin, what
Chris Paul makes a lot of money, so he gonna keep his mouth shut. Yeah. Man, that's just, well, it's not surprising. I mean, nothing's surprising anymore. I mean, we've been down this road before with other the NFL players and I mean owners and the basketball owner out in Los Angeles, the Clippers guy a few years ago, as Tiffany was saying earlier in our meeting, with, you know, the guy that had the Asian girl, you know, why bringing all these niggers around, you know. So
that was funny too.
I mean, so this is just, there's nothing new, man. This is just, they're getting caught now because everything's recorded now, social media, everything is just so out there now. You can't do nothing anymore without social media in your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so, our world is so, you know, we're just so into our cell phones now, into social media. It's just part of our DNA now, and there's nothing you can say anymore. You can't be racist and hide it anymore. So if you're racist, you might as well come out and just say, hey, I'm racist. And, you know, so it's not a big surprise anymore. You know, just say you're racist. You're going to get caught anyway. You know, they find this guy $10 million, which is nothing to this guy. $10 million to this guy is like probably $500 to me. You know, the guy is a freaking billionaire. $10 million is nothing to a guy that's a multi-billionaire, you know?
Not at all. It's nothing to him.
They fined him $10 million. What the hell? He's not going to lose that money.
Now, what would they do with that 10 million? Are they going to put it towards helping, you know, the black community or helping black people?
That would be the nice thing to do, but I'm sure that's not going to happen. Yeah, they took $10 million and donated it to some underprivileged neighborhoods where, you know, blacks live at, or Hispanics or whatever, or women causes or something like that, you know, shelters or something like that. That'd be nice. Donate to some women's shelters and help some people out. But that money probably go to some sort of charity where it won't get to where it's supposed to go, and it end up paying off some more mortgages for rich white people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah, you didn't hurt the guy at all. He can't come to the stadium for a year. So he's banned from coming to his stadium that he owns for a year now. He can't come to none of the games next year. So I guess he'll watch him from his mansion on his, 120-foot flat screen TV, right? So yeah, he's good. He's good. You know,
that's nothing to him. He probably said, just to give him $10 million, I can watch it at home. These niggas is acting up.
Exactly. So my thoughts on it, Carl and Tiff, is there'll be more. We're in exposure. Ever since somebody came with a big giant camcorder this big for VHS tape in it, and you saw Rodney King getting his ass whipped by those cops, it's been exposure ever since. You know, so we now know what black people have known for 150, 175, 200 years is that cops beat our ass when nobody's looking. Now we see it all the time because of social media, 24-hour news cycle, TikTok, Instagram. Now the world sees what we already know.
Yeah.
We already know these guys are racist. We already know these owners are racist. We already know the NFL is a cult. You know, the owners, they don't want no black people in too tight. You know, they don't want us dominating it.
Yeah, they told us they're not allowed to buy stock in the NFL team.
They're not allowed to have any type of thing. No stocks, no. Because I thought they did. I thought they were able to buy into the company that they work for, but you can't do that. And it's sad. And like Kevin said, I'm not surprised at their behavior. These are all slave masters, descendants that are running these basketball things. They made money a different way. They found out that black people can sing, they can dance, they can run up and down, run up and down and put balls in hoops and make us
because these billionaires that own these teams, Carl and Tiff, these multi-billionaires, most of them didn't come from humble beginnings. We can all agree on that. They all were born into this wealth. You know, other than like Mark Cuban started out. Mark Cuban, yeah, but he's a sensible guy too. He's a nice guy. He started out as a regular guy and got rich on the internet. Now he owns the Dallas Mavericks, and he's a billionaire. But he didn't start out rich. But 99% of the other guys were born into that wealth sort of like Prince Harry in them. You know, they're born into that wealth, that generational wealth. And we all know what generational wealth comes from slavery and the backs of Black and brown people, whether it's in America or Great Britain. Generational wealth. All these people have gotten rich on the backs of brown people.
Blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah. And it's a damn shame because it's so much money that is floating through this world of ours, and the poverty that we have makes no sense on no continent. I mean, just the poverty is just in the money. You think about the money that this queen had. She's worth trillions of dollars. There should be no freaking starving kids anywhere. You know what I'm saying? It just shouldn't be, but there is, because people like that. She dies, and her grandson is now a billionaire just because she died. Like, thanks, Grandma. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Like both my grandmothers have passed away, by the way. May they rest in peace. I love them and miss them dearly. Great women. But I don't think neither one left me $5.
Yeah, they couldn't. They had to leave
Exactly.
their wisdom.
Exactly. They left me wisdom, and they lived through me, and their blood is in my veins forever. But yes, and I'm just saying they didn't have $5 to leave me.
Right. We wasn't taught that because we live from check to check, because they always take it.
Exactly. Can I talk about something real quickly, Carl?
Yes. Yeah. Go ahead.
I want to bring up
you know how we
rapper P&B. Rapper P&B was shot. Was shot at the Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles in L.A. Just a few days ago.
He got killed at the
He was having lunch with his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And his girlfriend posted on Instagram that I'm here having lunch with, P&B. And he's a popular rapper, And the guys walked in and robbed him for his chain. Walked in, shot him, took his jewelry. In the middle of a restaurant in broad daylight, they walked in. This guy's eating with his girlfriend. They walk in, rob him, shoot him, and run off in broad daylight for his jewelry. And they saw this on Instagram, that he was at this restaurant eating, Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles in LA, which is a famous place where, people go. So that bothered me, man, that this guy, couldn't even, his girlfriend didn't know. Like everybody's blaming her on social media for posting that he was at this restaurant. The guy drives a fancy car. He's obviously a rich man, and he has this big gold chain on, with all these diamonds in it. And he's sitting there having lunch with his girlfriend, chicken and waffle spot in LA, and they walk in and shoot him. PN Rock.
Yeah, it's first of all, it's horrible. I send my condolences out to his family, to his girlfriend, to his children. This message is for our young brothers. Please. I know that you want to go out there, you want to do this. It's not worth it. You kill somebody, you owe a debt to the spiritual world, and you either going to jail or you're going to die. Why would y'all even do that? Another thing, when you are a public figure or a celebrity, you cannot roll the way you used to roll in the hood. Okay? You have to be you got to use your brain and be protected. All that money that y'all be having up to y'all ears and all y'all jewelry, not one time have I saw any security. Okay, I feel like anybody should go out and eat and have you some fun, but have security out there. Okay, or you're rich, have them bring Roscoe's to your house. Also, my young women, we gotta be careful because they watch us. They watch everything we do, especially if we dealing with men that got money. They probably did peep that. She probably didn't want her man to go. Just you got greasy, nasty people that be looking at stuff like that. When y'all eating, shut your phone off. If y'all going traveling, why is y'all? Oh, I'm at the airport. You telling the killer where you at? Oh, I'm here. You would never ever know where I'm at. I would never do that. If I'm at the plane, you ain't gonna find out until next week that I was on the plane, because you're not gonna follow me, and I'm not even a celebrity. You understand? So we have to be on point. Please use your brains. Black men, stay out of jail. Stay out of jail, please, because they don't. It's
Tiffany, we as entertainers and call our, we're in the entertainment industry, and we now live in an era where we take advantage of social media sometimes. I've been guilty of that. I mean, I'm a big social media geek. I post where I'm going to be. If I'm at Hooters, I post I'm at Hooters with my boys after the show, or, it's part of my social media thing because I have a fan base that follow me and they want to see me. And they want to see this shit, man. I don't know why, but they want to see Kevin Lee and his dog at the pet store, or Kevin Lee and his, in his car going to a gig, or me checking into my hotel. It's just part of the hustle and the grind. And this cat didn't need to. I mean, he's already, had a couple of hit records. He's, got some bank. He's driving a fancy car. He got a lot of gold chains. And your point is well taken. But I think it's, I was watching this on the Breakfast Club, and Charlamagne the God made that same point that you made, Tiffany. He was saying that if you can afford to wear this jewelry, you should be able to afford security. Like you just should have security. With you, if you're gonna wear this type of stuff and go out in public, then you need to have security guards. You can't have that much faith. And they don't know. The police, they're thinking the girl posted something. Then then it came up that maybe somebody that works at the restaurant,
could have been, yeah.
Could have said, yeah, they don't know who set them up, but she did post on Instagram, we're here eating lunch. And then, like 20 minutes later, these guys came in and shot this guy. But we as a, this whole show, I mean, we have to learn to stop killing each other, because I don't care if he has a bunch of gold chains on, he got a fancy car parked out front. He should be able to go have lunch with his girlfriend without somebody that looks like him coming in, taking his chain and putting bullets in him.
All right, let me show this video.
That was the last time.
He had a little girl too.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. He's 30 years old, man. And his life is gone. It's so sad.
This girl set him up.
From Philadelphia is dead. Police say he was shot while eating at a restaurant in Los Angeles. Officers say that victim is 30-year-old P&B Rock. His real name is Rakeem Allen. No one else was hurt at that restaurant. P&B Rock was known for his hits like Fleek and Selfish. So far, police have no suspects in the shooting.
It's so sad. It's sad. You're right. You shouldn't have to have a problem with going out and having fun or eating with your partner, your family. But today we see that it's a lot of haters out there. It's people who hate and try to hurt you. And Kev, I understand you doing your thing. I love when you put your things up and stuff like that. But you are a comedian. You are a musician. You be doing your thing. Nobody ain't looking to hurt you. You ain't out there with the guns and the stuff. And
I hope not. I'm just saying, I don't wear gold chains either. I mean, I'm not into jewelry like that, I wear this chain because my mom gave it to me, but I'm not a big jewelry guy, Like but rappers, they like their jewelry. They like their gold chains and their big fat watches and stuff like that. That's what they do. That's always been the way it's been since they were back in the day, in the 80s, they used to wear fake jewelry until they can afford the real jewelry, I'm just saying, this cat, man, like, who goes to a chicken and waffle place and you think I need to have security here because somebody's going to come in that looks like me, my own brothers, and will come in and shoot me over a chain.
Those will be the ones. Those will be the ones, your own people that will turn around and they will shoot you. And it's
And that chain and watch is, I don't know what the estimate price of that chain and watch is. From looking at it, the chain that he wears on his Instagram, he has his Instagram page. It looks like it's pretty expensive. And that watch he had, they said that watch is pretty expensive, and they took that too. So they just gunned this guy down to take his jewelry, man. I'm just baffled by how black people can do that to each other.
But
he just did an interview.
Yeah, but this explains why black people don't move. They say when you succeed, you should move back to the hood and uplift your people.
Oh no, I'm not moving back to the hood. No.
This explains why people don't.
No, and he just did an interview with another YouTuber, and he expressed how in this same area that they tried to press him.
Yeah, he was talking about that. I heard that, yeah.
If somebody is trying to press you, that is a message for me. Again, let people, I think that when these situations happen, like this is our therapy, we have to learn from them. So we know next time by his death, young men, we can't live like this. Stop shooting each other because it's not worth it, because they're going to find y'all. They're going to find y'all,
Yeah. For those guys got to sell that chain. They're going to sell that chain. Eventually, they're going to try to sell that chain and get some money for it in that watch. And that's how they probably going to get busted, because the police is looking out for that jewelry being sold on the line or whatever the case they're going to try.
It has insurance on it.
Yeah. I don't know if he fought back for it. I mean, I haven't heard the interviews from his girlfriend who was there at the table when they shot him. So I don't know if he got up and trying to fight back for it, or I don't know what happened. I just know he was robbed while he was sitting in the booth eating. He was robbed and shot to death. So that's just sad, man. I wanted to bring that up on the show because we need to talk about this type of stuff. Because as much as we talk about racism on this show, we also talk about, black people hurting each other also. And that's just something we need to talk about because it happens a lot, Here's another young man, successful, 30 years old, obviously a father, and his life is over. His daughter's going to grow up with no father, and because somebody wanted a chain for a couple $1,000, you go sell on the street for a couple $1,000. Most guys, Charlamagne, also DJ Envy, who's on the Breakfast Club, brought up this point that he was robbed for his chain in New York years ago. And he said he actually chased the guy down that robbed him, tackled him, and got his stuff back. That was dangerous. But the point he made, because they're trying to say people do this for money, but the guy that stole his chain, they found out the guy won $90,000 48 hours ago on the lottery. So this guy wasn't even broke. This guy just won $90,000 on a lottery ticket, and he still snatched my man's chain and ran, Like he had money. So it wasn't for the money.
Most people that still got money, that still got have money in their pocket and was still. That's another deadly sin. But we want to definitely say rest in peace to that young man.
Yeah.
And to our brothers, please stop killing one another, because that's the first thing they throw up in our face is that we killing one another. And it's sad. And we need to stop doing it to one another. Start getting some education, please. Stop being so emotional. That's another thing. We see too much. This is an emotional era. If you ain't do nothing to my mother, my father, my sister, my children, I'm not coming for you. I don't care. As long as you ain't hurting them, I'm not coming for you. And I don't think he did anything to nobody's mother, father, or anybody's immediate family for them to do that to him in broad daylight at a chicken and waffle spot. And that's sad.
But the thing is, as a black person in America, you, like Kevin and I talk about, if you're driving down the street and you see a white police, you don't make eye contact, don't do this, we don't do that. You would figure you would have some relief when you see black people coming. You know what I mean? Now I got to worry about people that look like me also. Okay, I already got to deal with, you go to a job, if you got the wrong name or you got the wrong hairstyle, you're not going to get the job. Or if you had a job, you can't get promoted because of your hairstyle or the way you talk or the way you look or your skin or whatever. All of that we got to deal with and worry about black people coming after you.
Did Jesse Jackson catch some heat a few years ago because he said, they brought it back up, that he said back in the day, he says, if I hear footsteps behind me,
And I look back, he see two white men, he feels comfortable. But if he sees two black men,
Yeah. So he said he caused some heat for that. But yeah, that's what you're saying. Actually, I mean, we have to look out for we have to worry about both.
Right. That's
Yeah,
what
I was about to say, I worry about both. And
Both.
it's not even a color call. You know what it is? It's a look in the eye. Every situation I ever been in that something popped off, it wasn't because of their color. It was something in their eyes that showed you that something was wrong with them. They felt that. I know as soon as he saw them guys walked in, he probably saw his light flash in front of him. It's an energy that it's in their face. It's not a color. It's an energy, and it's evil.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna wrap it up. Asia Coleman says, "Stay out of LA." That's our advice.
Yeah, that's another thing, right? We like LA is like lighting up all our East Coast people.
Yeah, just stay out of LA.
Do we need to check in? Because you know they did say that certain places. See, that's another thing. Let me just say this real quick. Something that they said that he wanted to, be in the hood. He didn't want to feel like he wasn't a part of the hood. Now, what I'm learning in different communities, they do have big people that run it. Find out who is the top dog out there and give a block party for the community. Give out money or whatever you want to do if you want to do that. Because if you do need to check in with whoever's doing and do something for them through the community. I don't know. But please be careful because what we see every time y'all going out in Cali, something is happening. It is sad. We should be able to go anywhere and not have to worry.
But you remember,
out there.
Professor Griff told us that it's hip hop culture, the big record executives want this kind of violence as part of the hip hop, music and that whole culture. That's what they want.
Yeah. But we cannot fall for it.
Right. But I can't understand why rappers are always involved in violence. Why do they need street cred? Is that what's going on? I mean,
they're going to get street cred, but you're going right to jail to 3 meals in a cot in 4 walls, and you're not coming back out. You're going to be in jail forever. That means you're not going to see no woman. You're not going to have no real food no more. You're going to be stuck getting your ass beat or
with some guy with Kool-Aid on his lips.
Okay.
In jail, the gay guys that
because they get more money with you being in jail. So brothers, please stop and make it emotional choices, because only thing is going to land you is either in debt or in jail. That's it.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up. Tiffany, what did you learn today, or what do you want to share with the folks watching?
Do your history. I'm a real big thing about do your history. Just like Kev said, we history buffs. And if y'all want to know about y'all history, go find out about Britain history, and y'all will understand why nobody is crying over Miss Queen. But to each his own. Please, brothers, please stop. I can't say, with the put the guns there, stop shooting each other. It's not worth it. Okay, you're gonna die. You're gonna go to jail. And love your family. Love your family. Reach out, everybody. Please be safe. And that's it. That's it.
Kev, anything you want to share? Anything you learned?
Yeah, I learned, man. My dad slept with a lot of women in his life. I wish he would have hit the queen just once. Trying to get some of his money, man. Just once, Dad. Damn, once. So get some of that money. Nah, man. So yeah, I learned a lot today. It was a good show, everybody, and the therapy was needed. But yes, we I'll be tuning into Tuesday. What's the funeral? Monday? I'll be watching. Hey, I wasn't raised to make to talk bad about the dead, so I'm not, man. But I know the history. Like Tiff said, everybody needs to learn their history. They can understand why this lady passed away and was able to give her grandson $1 billion dollars.
Yeah.
Just because she passed away, she left him $1 billion empire. Okay, I'll leave it at that. Let that sink in, guys.
He's very upset with that.
Wow. What up, Francis? Francis checking in on YouTube. Francis said the killing of blacks by whoever will never stop until the guns are banned, which will never happen. So brothers and sisters, come home and you will be safe.
Stay out of LA.
Stay on LA by Asia.
LA is a different type of gangsters out there. They don't play, man.
Yeah.
I'm from Brooklyn, from the hood, but it ain't nothing like everybody else's hood. It ain't nothing like our hood, but it ain't nothing like their hood.
Well, I'll say what I always say every week. Tell the people you love that you love them because they are not psychic and they can't read your mind. They could be here today and gone tomorrow, like our fellow comedian, AJ Arnold, his name?
David Arnold, yes.
Sorry, David Arnold. He was here, making us laugh, and he's gone,
Funny brother, man. Funny brother, successful brother, family man.
Yeah,
man.
And 54 years old, and he's gone. So tomorrow is not promised to anyone. It's not promised to me. It's not promised to Kevin, Tiffany, or anyone watching the show. So share the love.
But if I am here tomorrow, I'm on stage tomorrow night. Okay.
All right, everyone. We love you. We love you. We love you. Thank you. Please like, share, subscribe.
Right.
Tiffany, I got that email. I got the Black Therapy email. I'm going to share all that with you. And I'm working on all the other stuff for our show. It's coming, slowly coming, but it's coming.
Yes.
I am fully committed to the Black Therapy show, 100%.
Awesome.
I is not going anywhere.
Good.
Good.
People, later.
Later. Love. Thanks for watching.
With the knowledge you gain, break away from the chains. We helping you grow the Black Therapy show. You be in a safe space, dealing with the black trauma. We unpacking and inspecting all our baggage and drama. Cause we gotta unite, no more killing each other. It's time to see a new future for my sisters and brothers. You know with Kevin, Carl, and Tiffany, you'll have an epiphany. We'll give you everything you need to handle the enemy. We'll be giving you empathy, we gon' challenge you mentally. Right conversation so you grow exponentially. We built your penitentiaries, we built all the schools. Gave us brainwash education, just making us fools. Hatred was what we got in exchange for love. No more manipulation from our God above. No, it's Carl, Kevin, and Tiffany. Now welcome to the Black Therapy show. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.